Yo, we're back. Oh my goodness. I feel so good.
Back. What's up, yo?
I feel so good. I feel good, man, to be in this space again, man. How you feeling, Mr. World Traveler, Mr.
I feel good. I'm actually
international.
Mr. I'm going for a week and back in 6-7 weeks.
Yeah, when it's good, bro.
That's it. I know, right? Right.
How long do you love something that don't love you back?
The ones that we're talking to on the podcast are actually not going to do anything with the information.
They're too far
we're gonna
gone.
Get them, but they're too far conditioned.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. So now we just get the ones where it's less conditioning, and we can kind of override.
How do I etch and sketch the conditioning?
Just go on a dating app. Get a second phone and go on a dating app. Don't even let them know you're going. All I'm saying is date. Because when you're in an abusive relationship, you don't know how bad it is until you find somebody who takes care of you. My generation, our generation, too far gone.
Yeah.
We enjoy this abusive relationship. We just gonna ride this to the end.
Right.
I know it's tough, but can I snatch out of
Yeah,
or get
I'll
out
tell you
of
how.
the abusive relationship?
I'll tell you how. Start sneaking on the internet.
Sneaking on it. So
They're on there.
The idea is to break that conditioning is you really just got to have that complete and equal opposite thought.
Yo, we're back. Oh my goodness. I feel so good.
Back. What's up, yo?
I feel so good.
I see how you walking, nigga. You don't feel
Not a
good.
moochie. No, oh yeah, not physically. I mean, I feel great spiritually, and my spirit is jumping, but physically, this
workouts.
dude right here. Oh man, I feel good, man, to be in this space again, man. How you feeling, Mr. World Traveler, Mr.
I feel good. I'm
It's
actually
international.
Mr. International, Mr. I'm going for a week and back in 6-7 weeks.
Yeah, when it's good, bro.
That's it. I know, right? Right. Give me another helping of that.
When it's good, it's good. I think we extended our trip twice, man.
That's dope.
That's good. It's great to have that option to be able to extend the trip.
Absolutely.
Nice. You know, I think I've done it twice in my lifetime where I just bought one-way tickets. But that's pretty cool. You just buy a one-way ticket and I come back when I come back. You know.
It's movable.
Yeah.
The locking you in on a return date is not actually worth the $300 or less $300 for the next ticket anyway.
Right.
So
Right.
just
Got
gonna
you.
keep it focal. What's up with y'all? What you do for the Christmas holidays, all that stuff?
Man, I just chill. I chilled out with the fam, man. Played it easy. New Year's, I was in church. I ain't do nothing. I just good. Little reset.
Yeah,
Dope.
definitely reset for New Year's. But I actually did Kwanzaa. The
I seen
Kwanzaa
that.
celebration.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
We talked about it, and so followed through on that. And we have family spread out, so we actually had a couple people from time to time, because I was between different spots. I was at home, I was at the beach, I was at my mom's, and so each night, because I took the whole kit, and each night, we set up and went through each one of the principles with the fam. Some people dialed in, some people didn't.
So you read it. So you read the principles.
So what we did was we talked about each principle. I had a guide, went through that, but then we kind of went around the room, or went around the group to say, how has this principle impacted your life? And what have you, give me some examples of how you've used this principle or employed this principle. So that was pretty good. So we actually had a conversation about the principle. So that was real cool. And so I didn't know what I was doing, because I've never done Kwanzaa celebration before.
Yeah.
Right. And so
There's no right or wrong way to.
there's no right or wrong way,
acknowledge
but
the
you can spice it
principles.
up.
Was everybody rocking with it?
Everybody didn't rock with it, yeah. So I sent out, an invite for. I think the most people we had at any given time was maybe 10, and I probably sent it out to 20 people, 25 people.
50% adoption rate.
No, not the whole time. I think that was the most at once. I mean, one time, like the last day, I think it's kind of like a story. You got 100 people look at it, then you got 80 people look at it, then you got. So probably the last day we had 6 or 7, but that was actually New Year's Eve. So. Yeah, but it was cool. It was cool, and it for me it put some intention on those principles, because you know, you're talking about it, so you're talking about each one of those principles, and so it was cool.
Well, when I was, so whatever the day was, I would actually figure out how to create content based on what that principle was. Then I would send it to him, and basically he had to decode it to realize that what I was talking about was faith, and it was day such and such and stuff like that. And, you know, it wasn't. It was the way I did it is the way I sent it to my family, so that it looks regular and normal, so it didn't throw up any flags to where Kwanzaa, is this a Muslim thing, or is this you know? Yeah. So you get that that what do you call that resistance when you're introducing something new or foreign or something like that, and people fear what they don't understand.
Yeah, and I think we had some. I don't know, but I think we had some people not join because of that reason.
Yeah,
because it might have went against their religion or something.
Exactly.
Right.
And as a part of the history. So I went through the history. I went through like each one.
But it's not even a religious.
It's not religious. It's not. Yeah, it's a cultural celebration. It's not a holiday. It's a cultural celebration.
But you're supposed to know that this is the reaction that you're going to get from these people. So I'm telling you.
No, I know. No, absolutely. 100%.
I'm telling 100%. You. So you don't in the beginning.
Yeah.
You don't even reveal that it's Kwanzaa.
Right. Yeah.
If you would like more of your family to participate in it, you say
you got to trick
them. You got to trick them. You got to trick them.
So here's the thing. So what I did was I would send out in the group, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to trick them.
Bro,
like, this is what it is. This is what we're doing. This is why we're doing it. This is how it's going to benefit you. Everyone that participated, because some people participated every single day, they were like, oh my God, we got to do this every single year.
But everybody doesn't have the same level of consciousness. Right, so here's what I know you don't care. I know. So here's what I'm saying. If you'd have said, you know, hey, listen, I had this great idea, and you know, I believe that we don't communicate, you know, verbally and intentionally during this time. We kind of just go through these rituals of exchanging gifts and things like that, and we never really get to the essence of, you know, what this is all about. Yeah. But you know, I came up with this. Go ahead.
I'm with you though, bro. I get where you're going, and you're about to give us some philosophical ways.
No, I'm not.
I get you. I understand. But why we got to do that? Because nobody had to trick them joints to celebrate Christmas. Nobody had to trick you to celebrate Christmas.
Because we've been indoctrinated into that. So it's subconscious behavior, it's habitual behavior, and stuff like that.
But it's a habit, because I want to bring you into a great deal. Let's take it to business. I want to bring you
it's the same thing.
But the problem with the whole thing is, I guarantee that you sending that email out to the 20 people, you probably the most successful out of the all 20 in the family that you send it to.
So you're going to get some resistance just for that?
No, he should not. That's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, I
get you. I get
you.
You
know you've been the dude in your family, so
but
some
they gonna hit right up in February to pay the light bill.
A couple of them, right?
Same ones that said nah.
Right, but the ones that they coming, but they not the ones that said nah. The ones that said nah are not gonna ask. The ones that come and just play along with it is the ones that's gonna actually ask.
Nah, the ones that said nah is the ones that's bold.
You got me thinking. My perspective is something else, isn't
it? What, somebody to play? You feel like you got played?
Nah.
Somebody was playing along?
I can't get played. I can't get played.
Right.
It's impossible to get played. It's impossible.
Right. You feel like somebody was playing you?
Nah, everybody was engaged.
But now that he brought it up, no, absolutely.
Did
any of the 10 hit you up since Christmas and say, I need help?
Nah. Actually, I haven't.
Not yet, bro. Please
keep us updated, bro.
You know what though? Let me tell you what has happened though, because you know we talk about all the time how, you know, you should go check on the people that you think are good. Check on the people that you think are straight. More people in my family have reached out. I'm not saying a whole lot of people. More people have reached out since that experience, that were a part of that experience, to say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? You good? Just to say you good, not asking for anything or wanting anything. So that was, for me, that was like, you know, heartwarming. Made me feel good.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope.
So
It's reciprocity. You know what I mean? You throw some stuff out there, you're gonna get a whole bunch back.
So
They gonna hit you with the.
so Kwanzaa was good, man.
So let me tell you what I did. So
Thank you, because the answer you did before was I ain't like that.
I can dig it, but you do it. You do it when you.
No, I'm
when
just
you do your-
not that. I'm saying, go ahead. Let me be quiet.
All right, so this is what I did. The AWOL community is multicultural. There's a lot of people, and I don't get into like religion when I'm speaking and all that stuff. I might drop a verse or something like that, you know what I mean? And I'll drop things from, you see me talking about African proverbs and things like that. So I'll be all over with it. If it's principle based, then we rocking with it, you know what I'm saying? So what I did was created content, like he said. Some of them, I created like affirmations based on faith, the stuff like that. Affirmations based on creativity, things like that. Then I went and put it to the royalty-free music, spoke them, made a YouTube video, 5 minutes or something, and released it. So now my community gets a chance to get the principle, but through affirmations, and told them nothing about Kwanzaa. So just because they rock with the way we deprogram and reprogram ourselves, I was able to slide the principle in there without having to go into something that's going to raise flags up that keep them resistance to actually getting the
I get it.
principle,
It's
understand
smart.
what's going on.
I 100% get it, and I would probably do the same thing in your position. I'm with it, just like why you got to.
Right.
But I understand why you got to.
But I mean, but the same, like I said, like what if I want to bring you into a great deal? And it's like, I don't have time to tell you about the details. We got to make a decision today, but this is a great deal. I did the due diligence. I want you to come rock.
I'm pulling up.
No, I'm not going to come.
Right,
because,
but people do things because of two reasons, either pain or pleasure.
Right.
All right, so somebody's not going to go because they thinking that you going to rob them. This guy's trying to shice me or something like that. And somebody's going to say, this is a great deal and I want it. You want the pleasure and you can see more of the pleasure and you doing it. And the other person says, I see more of the pain. I've been stiff before and I'm not going to do it. So people do things because of that. Now, you as the salesperson or you as the person that is the agent of change, you got to figure out which side you play to and which side you know what I mean? Like how to be smooth with the roughness or whatever, you know what I mean? Silk glove, iron fist type deal.
I mean,
Max, you do it. I watch you.
no, I get you. I'm with you.
do.
I just get frustrated sometimes, bro.
I'm with you.
That's all. I'm just being real. I just get
With what?
frustrated
Without
with the whole
question.
idea of teaching. Like I get the whole. I sometimes I really get frustrated with the whole idea.
But yet and still, like if you ask certain people, have you ever been scammed? They're like, yeah, I've been scammed. Like, so how'd you fall for that? I've never scammed a soul.
Correct.
And I want to bring you something. I want to bring you into a deal, but you fell for the person you knew 3 weeks and they took X amount of dollars and time and other resources from you. So it's like that whole psychology is like how does that happen?
So talking about scams, I'm not gonna say it's a scam, but this is just
Forex.
I don't know anything about Forex. I don't know anything about Forex. I don't know anything about Forex. But what I'm saying though is like our population of people, population of people in America are so hungry now, and we're in this information era, right? And where everything is readily available to us at our fingertips.
Right.
And more now than ever, there's a ton of coaches on everything. If you want to coach on tying your shoelaces, there's a coach that does that. And so now you have people who are like, I want to learn, or they feel like they want to learn, or they see, because there's a lot of internet marketing. There's a lot of people doing internet marketing, lifestyle marketing that says, hey, I do Forex. Hey, I trade stocks. Hey, I'm a real estate investor. Hey, I can set up a Shopify store for you, or hey, I can do drop shipping or e-com or all these things. And because the guy's driving this, or because he looks like this, or because he has this, because he has that Cuban link chain on, or whatever the thing may be, that our people have a hard time identifying success because they've never really seen it. So what they think is success, they then equate, like what they think is successful in the rap, what looks like successful in the rap or entertainment world, they bring that same equals to the business world, and then that's what I'm not going to say scammer, but the teacher, because some of them are legit. What the teacher has to portray herself as to then become acceptable to the community. But most of the time, it's not. Like, for example, I got a message in my inbox the other day, and I shared it with y'all, of somebody who, and I was hitting y'all up to figure out how to respond to that, but they got into the trucking industry off of just, I guess, the hype around it.
Yeah.
Lost $80,000 of their hard-earned money, right? And there's nothing wrong with stepping into something, but they went to training, they probably bought this and that, got into the hype of it, and lost 80 grand. And, you know, sometimes you got to ask for advice from somebody that you know is in that, or, you know,
100%.
What happens? Like, we're in this age now, and it's a good and a bad thing. Like, we're in this age now where you can just get the information, or you can invest into a course or mentor. I hate that word. And then voila, you now think you're a trucking genius. And 6 months later, you lost 80 racks. Is it better than never trying at all? Or is it better to try and lose the 80 racks and learn something?
Definitely. I mean, he's going to be better because of that.
He's definitely gonna be better.
Yeah, he's going to be better.
But those
100%.
things can be avoided though, right? How do you identify?
Not necessarily. I mean, we got a homeboy that jumped out there. He asked for, he asked Rod to look over the deal before that. He jumped out
but
there,
there's nothing.
100-something.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, like, for example, you got into the industry of logistics. Yeah. How did you vet who you went to go look and listen to?
I just asked people that I knew that were in the business, and I asked people who knew people that were in the business to connect me to them. And I spent 5 months of just talking to people, questioning things, asking the same question over and over again. Just kind of deep diving, looking at YouTube videos. I would spend entire Saturdays looking at YouTube videos, and I did all of that before I bought one truck.
Did you ever find somebody that you took sole advice from? I mean, you obviously did your own research, but did you ever buy a course from somebody or took on some personal mentorship?
I didn't buy a course, but I do have people like right now I can call on and say, hey, I'm dealing with this. Have you ever dealt with that? And, you know, what did you do? So I have those people.
That's one way to do it, and I guess you can do that because you have those connections to people. But you also maybe some of
But I had to go find them. I didn't just have like a plethora of people that own trucking companies.
So you didn't find anybody on Instagram that gave you?
Oh, nah. I went to people that I trusted, that I knew, to say, hey, do you know somebody that does this? And I started letting people know I'm thinking about doing this. And then the universe just sent me people. Yeah, but it wasn't, let me go buy this course and, you know, let me follow the hype. Now, I listened to some of the hype people, you know, some of the gurus, and then, which, you know, it was really about selling the course. And then, I didn't mess with them either, because there are enough people out there who said, hey, let me give you the game, similar to the way you did with real estate.
Was there enough information on YouTube to get you?
Absolutely not.
It
was enough to give me a base amount of information, but I had to get in it. I had to get, bump my head and trip and fall and stumble and all that good stuff. I had to get that experience. But it wasn't enough. Yeah. I still got to do it, right?
I just think, I guess we need to figure out you know how they had the Better Business Bureau back in the days? Everybody swore by it. Back in the days. Yeah. We need like that for today's economy.
Just call BS, man. For people that like right now, like I got on a call with these cats in Utah. So kind of consulting these guys in Utah about getting into the trucking industry. And they were telling me some things that they were told by the person, seeking the funding from them. I was like, that's BS. And these are the questions you need to ask. You need to ask this. So I can give them practical advice about that deal because I've done it. And so calling BS on people that haven't done things, like people giving real estate advice that don't own real estate.
I see that all the time.
Like, that's like, why?
I see it all the time because I don't know. We're in an era where you can regurgitate it and
Absolutely.
be good.
And then people fall in love with the personality and they stamp them as guru, right? And then because they're stamped as guru, you can't say anything that's against the guru because they go, nah, because I've been rocking with this person for X amount of time. So they have to be.
You stated something in one of our early podcasts. It might have been like the second podcast. You talked about perceived value.
Yeah.
And you just stated something in the very beginning where you said if you don't know what something look like, you won't be able to tell it when you see it. So if you believe this person is giving you something of value, right, because you think they're successful, then you're going to buy that. You're actually going to say, all right, that may have some merit or some weight to it, and you'll probably rock with it, whether it's there or not. I think what we can do is just get people to try to figure out what value these people are offering, because usually the free content is the best content that person has to offer. And the course is not really going to be anything much better than that. I mean, I'm just giving you the game. This is the way it is. Well, this is the way the top people do it. The top people give away their dopest, and then they get you into the course, which is a long, drawn-out version of the dope that they gave out.
The top people, exactly, they do that. They give away their free information. You buy the course, but you really buy into a community.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
That network.
Yeah, it's
right.
the network that you get to buy into.
Right. So what I'm saying is, on the free platforms, on the YouTube, when you're spending your Saturdays or you're spending your time on your timeline, if you don't believe that these people are giving you the type of value and the type of information that's literally changing your situation now, you're taking that stuff, you're putting it into play, you're applying it, and you're seeing fruit from it, then that's the value that you need to continue to, sit under this person, you know what I'm saying, and to learn from this person. So some of these people, their platforms are growing, and I just don't. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't with nobody.
I'm almost okay with it if the consumer knew what they were getting, right? Because it's like I'm not a good strip club goer, right? I'm just not, because it's like, I know you don't like me, and you want my money, and this is not a relationship that serves me, right? So I'm just not a good strip club goer, right?
Perceived value,
right. But there are people that spend a lot of money in a strip club and they get what it is. They're comfortable with the fact that this is entertainment. Mm-hmm. And so with the gurus and the experts that we're talking about that have never done anything but use their charisma and their ability to communicate really, really well, and the people that tap into them understand that. But if someone is like the guy that you sent us information on, the guy has 20 grand left. He's like, I need to make something happen with this 20 grand for me and my family. He shouldn't go to the guru that's there for entertainment, right? He should take a route that will legitimately get him that thing that he needs for him and his family.
Yeah, that was the other part of this thing I didn't tell them. That person was like, yeah, I only got this much amount of money. What would you do?
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, damn.
Right.
How do I answer this?
Right. Because whatever answer you give them, it still could go left.
100%, because a lot of it depends on
everything
them too.
can.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, man, you still got to do it. I mean, you can get the course. You know what I'm saying? I can get 100 courses on how to bake a cake or how to bake fondue. I'm gonna mess it up because that's just not my skill set.
Right.
Until I do it 50 times.
The repetition of it, and that's why I said I disguised the what's the name?
We ain't doing that, man. We ain't hiding. Listen, a guy like you with a track record with good intentions, you shouldn't have to hide anything that you bring to anybody.
I'm not saying I hid it.
I'm just saying. No, you did. You cloaked it. It was what's the thing? The Trojan horse. You Trojan horse that thing.
So I have to, I say this like kind of meet them where they at. So if they do affirmations, or if they do whatever they do, I kind of give it to them in the thing that they do, where they're going to actually how do you say that? Receive it, or I'll figure it out.
How they're going to consume it?
Yes, consume it in a way that they would consume it. So I'm not going to if I'm on Instagram, I'm not going to give it out the same way I'm going to give it out on YouTube. And one is long form content. Yes, and it's just I feel y'all.
So this is our first pod back from the new year.
Yeah.
After the new year, what just share two things that you are trying to see to fruition through the new year? 2 goals.
Oh man,
I know you don't like giving out, but
mine's dope.
Two light things. 2 light things. It ain't gotta
Too
be
light.
heavy. But if it's juicier, the better. You know.
You want to go first?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm still thinking.
I'll go.
I mean, I know, but I'm trying to think of the ones I want to
I'm
share.
trying to do 4 gyms this year. Kind of got one already with rocking with you in Winston. So I feel like that's gonna be dope. Working on something in the mall right now. The mall's about to like give me a space.
That's how bad the malls have gotten.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm actually using that as
utilize
leverage.
it, yeah.
I'm using that as leverage.
Somebody gonna win.
Yeah. So we'll run traffic there, and they'll give us a space, and we'll use marketing, promotion, and stuff like that. So like I done stumbled across 2. Now I just got to hustle to do 2 more, which is, But our conversation last night, man, I left with a lot of energy.
We've been talking about that for a grip, and I'm gonna make that happen.
Yeah.
And that's basically for you to go digital.
Yeah.
You be in people's pockets. So that's a goal.
Yeah,
That's a shared goal.
Yeah.
That we want to do. I think for you to be in people's pockets, fingertips. What else? That's one.
Yeah. Damn, I got a few, man. I pull up my joint because I do my.
I know you be writing them down. You and your wife be updating them.
Answer them 20 times and all that different type of stuff. So I got a lot of stuff on here. I just want to see which one I want to actually share.
Rod, what you got?
So we have specific goals within the trucking company, and January 2023 we started launching picks and shovels. And so, not that we're going to get away from doing things ourselves, but we want to offer high value picks and shovels to other carriers and owner operators.
You just like services and products.
Services and products to
industry.
the industry. Absolutely.
People could be watching and be like, what the hell is a picks and shovel?
Pick and shovel is, instead of me.
I was getting ready to say that. I was getting ready to tell you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So owner operators, they need trailers, right? So I can buy 2 trailers for the price that I can buy 1 semi. And I can lease that trailer to owner operaters.
Right.
So that's a
go
pick.
all the way back to the mining of the diamonds and all that.
The mining. Okay, so actually, what a pick and a shovel is, or why that term, or why those terms,
or why it's important.
1849, gold rush, San Francisco, California. People ran out there. 90,000 people went there. Only 1% of those people actually found significant amounts of gold. But the people that found a bunch of gold were the people selling picks, shovels, restaurants, places to stay.
There was a route along the way to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And along that route, people had services and they sold picks and shovels.
And almost all of them made money
They
compared
got
to
rich.
the.
They got rich.
They got rich.
Right. While everybody else got tired looking for.
They looking for the shiny stuff, and very few of them found the shiny stuff.
And what was the year?
I think it was 1849.
That's where the 49ers got their name from.
Okay. Yeah. I think it was 1849.
I knew that.
49ers, San Francisco.
I had to get it out. I didn't know.
1849.
What about the team in Charlotte, the Charlotte 49ers? Is anything?
Oh,
UNC Charlotte?
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah, I mean I don't know why they got. I don't know why they.
I don't know.
Maybe they started in 1949 or 1849. But so we're focusing on offering and selling picks and shovels, and so that's a new direction, and so we're excited about that, and we're up and going, and then also we're looking to do acquisitions because we got to grow this thing out so we can increase our profitability. So we're going to do some acquisitions because there is some shrinkage in the market, especially for smaller family-owned organizations. And so we want to be in a position to capture some of that market share to get to the ultimate goal of the exit. Yeah.
I want to say something real quick.
Yeah.
I want to say if you're watching this, don't just be fascinated by the things that Big Rod is saying. What I want you to do is try to kind of break down his mindset and because every industry or every service has picks and shovels, but Rod is taking a principle that he's read about and that he's seen, be successful in all these different industries. And he's left one industry, went to another. And although, he makes money on loads and, all the other service, but what are they called? Just the main things in trucking. But something your mindset makes you look outside for things that other people aren't looking at. And once you can highlight that, then it becomes like a one of one or niche within that industry, and you just surpass all the rest where you stand out.
Yeah, it's just about solving problems, man. I mean,
right.
Period. Every problem that I have, they're having the same problem, and they're having the same problem.
That's why the guy that hits you up will actually benefit from his problems, because he's going to be trying to solve a problem, come up with a solution that other people didn't see because he lost 80 grand.
Now that guy can come up with a course, or he could be the guru for how not to lose $80,000 in the trucking industry.
Yes,
because he has a real life.
It's a story if he comes back. It's not a story. Not a story if he gives up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But he can share what he did wrong or how he went wrong.
You talked about some shrinkage coming up, and I believe that the economy will get a little worse in 2023.
Yeah,
just with layoffs and stuff, and just the natural interest rates high and all that crap. Right? Not the place to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I sold my plane a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations.
Nice.
I sold it because I knew that these luxury items will start to become less desirable for people that know that, I just don't need to buy that right now. So I sold it, and not only that, I want to buy me a new plane. So my new plane is about $1.7 million. And what I did was I said, obviously you guys know I don't like loans.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm gonna take this money that I sold for my plane. I sold it for $350. I'm gonna take that money and turn it into about $1.72 million in about this year, somewhere in 9-10 months, 7 to 10 months. And I'm documenting the whole process.
Nice.
Building a brand new company from scratch with $350,000. I know it sounds. I'm not even gonna use $350. I'm probably gonna use under 100.
Right.
And I'm gonna turn that into close to $2 million, and then I'm gonna go buy that plane cash.
They're gonna save that money, man.
No,
you're gonna risk that money. You're gonna risk that.
I love risking money.
You're gonna risk, like
what? That's one of my goals, and then another one of my goals is to live in 2 places, possibly soon. And so doing that, that's what me and my wife are thinking about doing. But here's a theory that I came up with, bro.
I love theories.
Yeah. And that we got to get out of this invest your way to wealth.
Invest your way to wealth.
It ain't happening, bro.
Speak on it. What do you mean?
Because the reality is everybody's talking about invest your way to wealth, right? And there is some truth to that. But let me hear, I want to hear where like Lynch said, I want to meet people where they at. And the reality of you putting money in the stock market today and 50 years later, you walking away with money that's going to make a difference for you and your life and your family ain't going to happen.
So when you say invest your way to wealth, you're speaking specifically about investing in stocks, bonds, and other vehicles, mutual funds.
All real estate.
Okay, real estate as well.
Yeah,
okay.
You're not. If you and here's my point. Now let me finish this point because people are gonna try to take this out of context. I'm simply saying if you don't have a lot of money, and whatever you consider a lot of money, if you don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to start this investment stuff with, you ain't gonna make it. Right, and so. I don't care how much what you do with your roll around with your 401k and move it into this and push it around here, you don't have enough to get to where you think you want to get to. And so instead of us, we should be teaching financial responsibility and financial literacy.
Yes.
That's important. Then we should be teaching how to go out, and this is what we talked about earlier, everybody needs a damn business.
Right.
Because you need to hyper growth the way you make money.
Right.
You got to go out and make more money than you ever made in your entire life.
Right.
That's how we fix this.
Right.
And then with the financial literacy that you have and the new money that you're bringing in at a hyper growth speed, that's when you start to make the investments, and then you sit your ass down.
Right.
You need a good 5 years of some crazy hustle, and then sit your ass down for the rest of your life with those investment principles that you learned from the financial literacy, and then you hang out. But if you think you're going to 9 to 5 your ass to wealth, you got a whole nother problem.
Yeah, but you're certainly not saying that, because that's two different things. You got the 9 to 5 to wealth, and then you got the investor wealth.
I'm telling you, you're not going to take your 9 to 5 job and put some money to the side and invest your ass to wealth. You're not going to retire wealth good.
Gotcha.
You're going to be effed up. And so what I'm saying is the picture out here is we're all talking about generational wealth.
Yep.
You're not getting that through no 9 to 5.
Right.
Yeah.
It ain't happening.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is we gotta teach people how to hyper make money.
Exponential growth.
You gotta learn how to make money, and that's the hack that I've been able to do myself. It's like, yo, I learned how to make money, not how to earn money. I learned how to make money.
Did you learn how to make money? Or did you learn how to take risk?
That's a part of it.
Gotcha.
That's part of the whole button.
So if I'm risk adverse, how do I participate in what you're talking about right now?
If you ain't got no money, I don't want to talk to you.
Okay.
So what I'm saying,
but I might not have money and I'm risk averse, because I might not have money, but I'm like, I don't risk it all.
I'm not saying I don't want to talk to you because you have money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you got to go out and figure out a way to make money. You got to turn $1 into 2, 2 into 4, 4 into 8, the 8 into 16. You got to.
We talking to the homie right now, the 20,000 homie. You gave him all the answers.
Yeah.
So I'll give you example.
But he's definitely willing to take risks, because he risks.
I'm gonna give you an example. Right? So I got a friend, same time as me, was like, yo, I just sold something for Big 2, around the same price that I just sold something for. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna go buy this piece of real estate, and I should be able to get passive income. I'm like, all right, G, check this out. Let's just say you take the $350,000 and you go put down some money here, you go put down some money here, and let's say the bank miraculously lends you enough to buy 5 houses and something else is going to give you some passive income.
Right.
Let's just say the best case scenario, you start to make $10,000 to $12,000 passive income. Let's just say that is like free, like cash flow. You pay all the expenses and you got 10 grand.
Free cash flow, right.
$120,000 a year. Keep in mind, this guy's an entrepreneur as well, but that $120,000 a year, he needs some of that to live off of.
Right. Yeah.
He ain't gonna make it.
Right.
So I'm different. I'm trying to take the 350 and turn it into $2 million in a year.
So would he make it if he dialed back his lifestyle to
it don't matter.
$40,000 a year?
$40,000 a year, and you got $120,000 coming in.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam won his joint.
No doubt.
Right? Okay.
No doubt.
So we're not escaping that.
Alphabet boys.
Uncle Sam won his. So your 120, let's just say, is 100. Now you living off of 40. You got 60 to save. You put 60 every year away in the stock market. Let's just say that's $600,000. You still gonna be broke. You still not gonna have enough money to do what we call generational wealth.
Especially if he lives until he's 90.
Yeah, I'm just saying you're not gonna have it.
Yeah. Right.
So the reality is you got to figure out how to turn that 350 into $1 million, and the $1 million into 2. You might take a 2 and lose $1 million, but then you figure out how to take the 1 and turn it into 4. And that's just through business, investing in hyper growth, because that's what everybody else does.
Yeah. Right.
Like if you look at the pattern of most people, they got about 5 to 10 years of this hyper growth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all you need.
That's all you need.
You need what, man? 4 doubles.
That's it.
5 doubles, and you're good.
It. So
you're Gucci.
I don't want to teach you. I want you to understand financial literacy, but I want you to understand how to go out there and make a business that's going to generate you cash fast.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So you can either sell the joint or make enough money to where you could walk away from whatever it is, to then say, oh, that whole time I was learning financial responsibility and investing. Yeah. Here I now have $2 to $3 million to make an investment.
Because you're saying, like, because when I was a financial advisor, right, when I actually managed money for people, the majority of my clients were entrepreneurs. And
they came to you with a chunk, bro.
Not only they come with a chunk, and a few of them passed away. They passed away with a chunk. So the one person that I had as a client that was a millionaire, that got paid for her time, right? So she pretty much sold her time and her resources and her knowledge and her information. That was a millionaire. To your point, she never had a double, right? It was still some form of salary, right? And so
salary, stocks, and all types of stuff, right?
Absolutely.
They don't do that no more.
Oh yeah.
They don't even get. There's no more 30 years.
And I think she may have even had this thing that's now considered a dinosaur called a pension.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. She may have even had one of those, but yeah. So, and I guess I believe you. Well, I believe you. I'm with you 110%. we need to help with the psychology of that too.
Oh, man, I was getting ready to say that.
Yeah, we got to help with the psychology of that, because your ability to do that, my ability to do that, has everything to do with mindset.
All right,
first and foremost.
I agree with you, but here's what I'm not saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying quit your job, and I'm not saying, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you need to have a side hustle.
And here's the other point that I wanted to make about her, her doing this for 38 years.
Yeah.
She did that for 38 years. What if she had did the side hustle for 38 years?
That's what I'm saying.
So I think life would be different for her and her family.
You need to have a side hustle, and the reason why I say keep your 9 to 5, create a side hustle, because eventually if you get good at your side hustle, you end up leaving your 9 to 5 because your worth is way more.
And if you never get good at the side hustle, you still got your 9 to 5.
You still got your 9 to 5. So what I'm saying is we got to start teaching people to go out there and create businesses, because we spend $1.7 trillion a year of our money, and we don't recapture that joint because we don't have services and products to sell to our people.
Or good ones.
Or what?
Good ones.
Good ones.
Yeah. But it's not even enough. It's not even enough, bro.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Man, you bringing my flu back, man.
We don't even
killing me.
And then the people that do own businesses don't own the commercial real estate that the businesses are in.
Yeah.
Why? Because they never somersault their money.
Right.
So I have a quick question, Max, on that. So for the people who aren't necessarily entrepreneurial, will you still kind of say like, hey, like investing into?
Yo, that entrepreneur word is over effing rated. All it means is you're willing to take risk, bro. So let's not make no fairy tale that any three of us are special people other than we willing to take risk.
Nah, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that you're saying everyone needs to be a business owner, right?
No, I'm saying everyone needs to have a side hustle. That side hustle will lead you down that path. Right? Because if I tell you to go walk every day of your life, eventually you're going to start to run. And then every day that you're running, then you're going to start doing marathons. I ain't got to tell you to go be a marathon runner. I'm just going to tell you to start walking every day.
Yeah.
So go get a side hustle.
Yeah.
Because that side hustle, once you figure out how money actually works and how it's actually earned or how it's actually made, then you're going to be like, this 9 to 5 is a scam.
Then you're going to get excited. You're going to get really excited. And then you're right. Like you said, I mean, when you double up a couple times, or when you make more money on your side hustle than you're making on your 9 to 5, you get super excited. And that puts a battery in your back and you go to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And then you can get close to the thing that we're talking about, the legacy wealth, generational wealth.
Because we
the
have
battery
to.
in your back is self-confidence. A lot of people are missing self-confidence, but the only way you get it is if you take action. So a lot of people don't have the action orientation. Like this stuff sounds corny, but because we take action when we get information to prove a theory, that's why I was like, I love theories. I love theories because I try to prove theories or disprove them to find out if I should be doing this or work or not. But a lot of people are just information hoarders. They grab the information or they hear it and just watching this for hours and hours and hours and never taking action. They're not action orientated. So that when they take a step, they can increase their self-confidence, which gives them the battery to take another step or run a little bit further or faster and saying that I can do it. So, it sounds corny, but you know what I mean? Like
and I think people,
and you don't got a goal. You don't got a big goal. So just think real quick. They don't have this end in mind. They don't have generational wealth with the end in mind.
But it's just a hot topic that people are talking about. And the problem that I have I want everybody to learn financial literacy and the products and the tools that you use to gain wealth.
Yeah.
But most of those products and tools that you use to gain wealth are for people that have money.
Yeah.
And it's a service.
Yeah.
So you're paying somebody's making some money off of you.
Right.
And so you need to have enough money to where that don't matter to you. Some of the richest
you know what the undertone of this is that just hit me? What you're saying is, and you're so passionate about this, is because you're basically saying, I did it.
Yeah.
It is not rocket science.
He said it's not.
It is. You are not going to fall on a sword.
Right.
You are not going to die. Worst case scenario, go and get another 9 to 5 if you take the steps.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when we hear the word entrepreneur, that's just so grandiose, right? That's like you're at a destination. No, it's taking a step. And so you're like, because you did it, and it's not like, and if you can, and like we were having a conversation about Elon Musk being a genius, right?
It's not.
Right, but it's like people go, "Oh, I can never be an Elon. I can never have a Tesla. I can never have a government subsidized company like SpaceX." Yeah, you can. You really can. You really can. And so I hear that.
To your point, that's what you're talking. You're talking about changing the psychology of it, but that, like the books I just gave y'all, like the subconscious programming, like that is the reason why. So their conscious mind will never accept entrepreneur, generational wealth, or none of that because it's been fed the other stuff for all those different times.
Because it works both ways, right?
But what we're doing, right, is now we're just backing it up and giving it to the younger generation. So we're teaching a financial literacy piece, an entrepreneurial piece in the school now, which is dope.
I just don't want to lead my people into a burning building.
Right. I can dig that.
Right. Yeah. And so I don't want to sit here and tell you you're gonna invest your way to wealth or what you think the life is gonna look like.
Right.
I'm just telling you, be safe and hyper grow your money.
Yeah. Right.
Go out there and flip
those people that are telling them to do that are preying, PREY, on the lack of knowledge of the investor or the person who wants to invest.
It's a product or service behind that joint.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You can't buy a stock without somebody making money from you.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can't make an investment on a real estate property without somebody making money from you.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I'm just telling you that everything that you are ever using is a product or a service, and those products and services are not owned by us. So they're gonna tell you to go do these things along the way, and along the way they're gonna get richer as you get poorer because stock falls. Yeah. Now you lost 50% of your portfolio. And I'm not saying don't do the stock market. I'm just saying hyper grow your money so you can put a chunk in the stock market that makes a difference.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not saying that because I
experienced
those.
I've got a little bit in the stock market,
so I'm definitely not saying that. But yeah, the blueprint is available and it's there. And unfortunately, some people, and so the gurus and the so-called experts, they have powers. They just use their powers for bad and not powers for they don't use them for good. I
like to sleep at night.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Some dope cats out there. I don't fuck with nobody.
You were out of the country.
Yeah,
and you came back with some pretty interesting perspectives about where you were relative to the U.S.
Well, I mean, I've told people before. I said, you know what, traveling gives you perspective. Mm-hmm. It allows you to see things through your own lens.
I love it.
Right, I think it's just a necessary part of being human.
Yeah,
I think you should do it.
Yeah, you should travel.
Well, growth.
Especially if you want to grow. But just even, I don't even care if you want to grow. If you just want to experience, just so you have a wider perspective, and it's growth. I don't even want to label it that. I'm tricking. I'm over tricking.
Okay, cool.
I'm tricking them. If you just want to see certain things.
Well, once you see it, you can't.
I'm taking a nap, EA, on this tricking part.
So, like, all right, let me ask this question. And this is going to be like something that people don't want to probably talk about. Have you ever known a woman that was in an abusive relationship and then got out of one?
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. So I was looking up the other day what are some of the most common characteristics of a woman who's in an abusive relationship. Mm-hmm. And I wrote down 10 things. And one of the ones was making excuses for the abuser's behavior. Right? Mm-hmm. Number 2 is feeling scared of the abuser, frightened of the abuser, right? 3 was feeling isolated from family and friends. Mm-hmm. They're alone. Number 4 is the feeling a lack of self-worth. Like you don't feel like you're worth it, right?
Yeah.
And then number 5 was having difficulty making decisions. Right? You can't make a decision because all the things above that I just said. You don't have self-worth. You feel like you're lacking. You're afraid.
You don't trust yourself.
Right? Experiencing frequent anxiety or depression. Right? I think we know a lot of people that has anxiety or depression,
Yeah.
even if they don't know they have the anxiety or depression. You feel helpless or trapped. You feel like, what can I do, man? It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm in this, whatever. And then you have feeling like you have to walk on eggshells. Like you got to be careful around everything you do.
You don't want to make a mistake.
You don't want to make a mistake because the mistake can cost you your life. Having physical injuries, actually like being injured. And then blaming themselves for what the abuser is doing to them. And so I looked these characteristics up because as I spent 35 days, 6 weeks or so out of the country. And I'm like, man, you know what? These characteristics I'm finding not only in a woman that's in an abusive relationship, but us as African Americans have an abusive relationship with America. All those characteristics that I have named is something that we all have felt, at least 5 or 6 of them. Right now, walking on eggshells, actually being physically, like walking on eggshells. Why? Do you take your hoodie off when you walk into a store just because you know?
Oh, yeah.
I take it off when I'm driving.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you sometimes feel, maybe not us, but some people feel hopeless that nothing can change for them because it just is what it is?
Well, I felt
they feel
hopeless
trapped.
before.
Yeah, I felt
Yeah.
it before. Right? So we're in an abusive relationship with America.
I was trying to figure out where are you going with this?
I caught it. I caught it early.
Did you?
Yeah, I caught
You're
it.
smarter
And
than
so
me.
the best thing to do, like I was watching one of Grant Cardone's quick little TikToks, and he was talking to Dana White.
Dana White.
Dana White said he asked him, he said something about, why America was so good. And, America, and his daughter's girlfriend or some daughter
I think it was
boyfriend
his
or
daughter.
something,
Yeah.
said, what happens if we mess America up? He says, there is nowhere to go. America is the best place on this earth. And I commented to Uncle G and I'm like, yo, that's like a parent asking its kid, who's the best dad you ever had?
Yeah.
Who's the best dad in the world? Well, I've only had one.
Right. We've only experienced one.
You are. Right? And so I'm no way, shape, or form trying to on America. I'm trying to tell you that there's other things out there. So let me give you some perspective.
That you should experience.
That you should experience.
Yeah.
I believe that right now, as you're not paying attention, the smartest entrepreneurs, the brightest employees, the most talented people in the world realize that we're in a world economy and they're global citizens. And those people know that they can move and go to countries based upon the skill set and the level of knowledge that they have or whatever. And they actually know that the governments of these countries will actually entice them and want them to be a part of that government, of that citizenship, of the makeup and the DNA of the people that live in that country, because it benefits the overall country, because we've got better doctors, we've got better school teachers, we've got better scientists, we have the best entrepreneurs, we have the best of the best, right? Sounds like America when we were so heavily on immigration and brought in the best scientists, the best doctors, the best whatever it was, until we started having this inner quarreling for ourselves since the 70s. We started just fighting with each other so much that the rest of the world started to gain. They started to lap us, right? Remember, we had lapped everybody in a lot of these fields, and now we're ranked this in technology, we're ranked this in infrastructure, this in education, this in healthcare. And so I go to these other countries, and I start to look around. And I'm like, well, I'm a global citizen. And they're like, hey, you should move here, or you should move there, or you should move here. And I'm talking to like regular citizens, and they're like, well, why should I do that? And it was like, well, look, man, this is one of the safest places you could ever live in the world. We've solved 99% of our crimes. Matter of fact, we don't even really have crime.
Right.
Right? And I'm like, they're like, oh, you don't pay any taxes. I said, what? They said, you don't pay any taxes.
Yeah.
As an employee and an employer, you don't pay any taxes. Your business don't pay any taxes. Okay, that's a real cool benefit. But what about the way of life? Oh no, this is safe. Cops don't even pull you over here, because if you speed, you just get a ticket in the mail. There's all of these things. And you start to say, well, damn. It's like, oh no, your wife can walk. If she wants to run at 4 a.m. in the morning, nobody's gonna bother her. I'm like, damn. America, you know how much shootings America had and kidnappings, and there's still girls missing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you start to say, well, how long do you love something that don't love you back? And I'm not just talking about going to Dubai. I'm talking about like Ghana. Ghana had the year of return in 2018. Matter of fact, the president is still pleading, come back to Ghana. Come to Ghana.
We'll give you citizenship, right?
We'll give you citizenship. Come bring the knowledge and the information that you've had or your skills and your expertise. Come to this country because we need it. Why? Because, hey, we're going to stop selling our raw goods and we want you guys to be the manufacturer of these new products because we're no longer going to sell our raw goods. But you're so stuck in this abusive relationship that you make excuses for your abuser and you're afraid to leave.
Tough.
And this is all you know.
That's all you know.
And I'm just saying, yo,
That's tough.
just go on a dating app. Get a second phone and go on a dating app. Don't even let them know you're going.
Just say date Ghana, date.
Yeah, date Ghana. Go date another country.
date
I'm
Dubai.
sitting. I was in a barbershop.
Dubai.
I was in a barbershop in
That's a
Dubai.
t-shirt.
It was this African guy. He actually knew who I was. We started chopping it up and talking. I'm in a full African barbershop.
Yeah.
The guy's from Kumasi, Ghana. He's cutting my hair. We chopping it up. Guy comes up. Yo, you're Max. I'm like, yeah, what's up, bro? He starts telling me some things, and he's like, yeah, you know, I lived in Milan a couple years ago. I just moved from Singapore, and now I live in Dubai. And he was like, yeah, I'm originally from like Cameroon or something. I'm like, that's dope, man. And I started to think, I says, why do these other people in the world know that they're global citizens and we're not? Only 37% of people here have passports. Aren't we the richest country in the world?
Yeah,
That's what they told you.
They told you you're in the best country in the world
Yeah,
by all standards.
by all standards.
Yeah.
And so now I'm thinking like, why is this guy who's probably like younger than me, probably 35, 30, 33, 35, why has he lived in 4 different countries in his life and probably came from a real impoverished background? Why has he known that he can travel and live this country, live in this country, live in this country? And he looked very happy too. So all I'm saying is date. Because when you're in an abusive relationship, you don't know how bad it is until you find somebody who takes care of you.
Yeah.
Because when you get out of that abusive relationship and the next man cuddles you, the next man takes care of you, provides for you, security, never yells at you, never mentally abuses, never physically abuses you, actually wants you to be home, wants to be with you, then you may be like, dang, I was in a terrible situation before.
Right. Absolutely. That's when you get the perspective, right? That's
Yeah.
why we have that whole
You get a
duality,
perspective.
because we don't know something is dead
So
service
I'm
until we
in a
I'm in a
hang out with
family
something
group
that's
chat.
service.
I know I've been talking like crazy. I'm in a
Nah,
family group
that's
chat,
good stuff,
and I'm
man.
texting my family, and my sister, she's a respiratory technician at the hospital here locally. And, you know, she went to school for all this stuff. And she was like, yeah. She said, I just looked up what they pay in Dubai. It's $100,000. The starting job here is $45,000.
Right.
And she said, they don't pay no taxes. I was like, yeah.
Yep.
I says, and they got one of the best school systems in the world.
Yep. All day.
And I'm just like, now, just the light bulb that went off in her head was just happy enough for me to even be like, oh, wait,
That's-
maybe
that's
there is
awesome.
something else I can do.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. There's another option.
There's another option.
Whether I take it or not,
Yeah,
there's another
now
option.
you know.
Yeah.
So what am I doing? Come March, I'm taking my entire family to Dubai.
Nice.
I don't want to say too much, but
Since when?
the fact that you're not just talking, or this isn't like a fantasy talk, because I know it might be too early to say something about
Say it.
this.
I was
but
going to say it.
what-
Say it.
What you're the students.
Say it.
It's crazy because can I say the school?
Yeah.
So right now, Max is putting together a trip to Ghana to take 50 students to Ghana to actually alter their perspective so they can see something that they will never unsee. They will actually get a chance to see where they come from. These are kids that go to
A charter school.
A charter school is it's got to be 98% black, probably, maybe
Black and brown.
99%
Yeah,
black and brown,
Yeah.
right? And they will actually get a chance to see, the motherland and where they actually come from.
Here's the way I see it. My generation, our generation, too far gone.
Yeah.
We enjoy this abusive relationship. We're just gonna ride this to the end.
Right.
You know, there's some of us that will escape this abusive relationship and go date outside of this thing. But if I can show the younger generation that is just now getting educated in middle school and high school that there's other options for them when they graduate or when they get into the workforce or when they decide to open a business, maybe in the next 5 or 10 years, there'll be a wave of people that want to go explore and be a global citizen and not be in the abusive relationship their mother and their father was, not with between them, but with the United States.
Yes. Which is the same thing that I just said about the financial literacy, how we're doing it in the middle and high school as well, because the ones that we're talking to on the podcast are actually not going to do anything with the information.
They're too far gone.
Give them, they're too far conditioned.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. So now we just get the ones where there's less conditioning and we can kind of override.
How do I etch and sketch the conditioning? How do I like snap out of it? I know it's tough, but can I snatch out of or get out of the abusive relationship?
I'll tell you how.
Other than Max snatching me up and taking me
start sneaking on the internet.
Sneaking on the internet. So
they're on there.
Yeah, and start looking at these other things, right? So, for example, they just did Afrochella in Ghana. Now, what I don't want y'all to do is go over to Ghana and start doing the same ratchet shit y'all do in Miami and Atlanta. Go over there with a different purpose, but I understand what I did. This Afrochella over there, right?
Oh, okay, like Coachella, it's a music festival.
Yeah, don't call it Coachella because they got sued by them. It's called Afrochella.
You probably seen it on their time. All of them was over there.
So, but the whole thing was, it's a big concert, bunch of Afro beats and artists and all this stuff went over there, and they did it in Ghana, and it was cool because people got to go experience Ghana. So I was on TikTok. Some people said, "Oh my God, I got my cell phone stolen. I'm never coming back here. This is a nightmare." Man, you walk down the street in LA with a Rolex, see if somebody don't pull up on you.
North Carolina.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You said they steal iPhones in Moxville?
I swear. Stop it.
So, the point is like they did it so people can go explore. And here, all I want you to do is just, if you can't fathom seeing yourself visiting these countries, or you're not in a position to do so right now, which you should make yourself in a position to do so, go online and YouTube and literally start researching like people who have expats who have moved to Ghana. And like I seen this lawyer that lived here in Atlanta. He now went and opened up a resort in Ghana. And I travel all over the world, and I've never been to a black-owned resort. I know you've been all over.
Neither have I.
Right?
Neither have I.
Okay, and in the most blackest places.
Exactly.
Right?
Neither have I.
And so the opportunity to get into fields is opening, is wide open. Like, you don't know nothing about cocoa, but you can go open up a cocoa processing plant and start making chocolate bars tomorrow. And it'd be for a lot less money than you think you could.
Right.
That G-Wagon you bought probably can get you a plant. You know what I mean? So the idea is to break that conditioning is you really just got to have that complete and equal opposite thought.
Yeah. And then you got to actually believe that, that it's possible. But seeing it will expand your consciousness. Yeah. And once that happens, then, answers or help, things like that, it actually comes.
Let me give you an example. This is just one abusive thing that happens, right? So I got an employee that is $65,000 a year. Out of me paying that employee $65,000 a year, that employee's take-home pay is $50,000. Okay? Right? I ran this through the payroll company. This is what they estimate: $50,000. Single person, no kids, blah, blah, blah. They've taken $15,000 in taxes from this person that's only making $65,000 a year. Then it costs me another $5,000 or $6,000 to pay that person the $65,000.
Right.
So it's a total of around $71,000. Right. Only 50 goes to the person. So 20,000 is taxed.
Going to the government.
One person.
Yeah.
One person is paying 20 between the employer and the employee, 20,000 on one person.
Yeah, but that's paying for your security.
What security?
That's paying for your security.
Yo, you know how many gunshots I heard over here last night?
Man,
they were exchanging gunfire last night.
Yeah, that's paying for the fact that you don't have to worry about tanks rolling down your street. You don't have to worry about.
Where are they doing that? I don't live in Ukraine.
I know. I'm just saying but you're paying the $20,000 so that you don't have to worry about tanks or F-16s flying over your house or bombs blowing up in your backyard. That's why you're paying the $20,000.
And that's what people think. And I'm telling you, we don't live in the safest country, not even between our citizens. Our country is less financially stable than we actually know. Just research a lot. I'm gonna say that for a whole nother pod. but there's some things you just need to understand. And so I'll give you one of my goals.
What I hear, and this is just my simple mind, I hear you're saying the U.S. is Walmart and there are a bunch of other targets out there.
Not even that, bro. U.S. is mad ghetto.
Ooh. Okay.
The entire United States is on welfare, and the citizens is paying the welfare to the government. Our government's on welfare.
So who benefits from the setup that we have in the United States?
Barely the top 1%. And if you look at them, they leaving too.
They leaving too. Gotcha.
Right? Kevin O'Leary, bad timing, but he got his citizenship in Dubai. Right? There's over 40,000 people right now waiting that can't get their appointment to renounce their citizenship to America. I mean, if you think about this, if you're a high net worth individual and you're still actively making $10 to $15 million a year, what are you paying in taxes, roughly?
Oh, those guys, shoot.
$5 to $8 million a year.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of
They got write-offs.
tax
but
havens.
tax havens, but you got to play the game.
Right.
There's other countries you don't even have to play the game.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out who's the abuser. I know we said the United States, right? The country, but is it the top 1%? Is it
there's a lot. There's a lot. So, and
like,
remember, here I'm talking to black people specifically.
Yep.
That one, the abuser is other citizens. One, the government, but, right? Because think about this, right? You can go to Harvard as a black man. You can get whatever degree you can get. You can go into the best. You can open up your own practice. And somebody's still going to walk into your practice and say, "Oh wait, you're a black man," and don't want you to service them, right?
Yeah.
You can be as rich as you want to be. Walk into a dealership in sweatpants and don't even get asked for service because they look at you and just preconceived and think that you can't afford it.
Yep.
Right?
It's happening.
Like these are things that you abusively go through as a person. Now, in sense of the government, right? I've watched so many videos on TikToks of just over abuse of power when it comes to police and as black citizens. We represent more people in the jail, even though we represent only 13% of the population, right? There's all these things, right? You're never good enough. They don't really want you here. And the best thing that you can ever do for yourself is actually leave.
Right.
That will actually hurt them.
Right.
They say they don't want you here, but they need you here.
Oh, without a doubt.
But I'm just saying the idea is I'm not telling you to leave America. I'm telling you to go date other countries.
What's wrong with saying leave America?
Same reason the reason I'm telling you to go train to go run marathons.
Okay.
Just
gotcha.
go date.
Yeah, take a step.
Go date other countries.
That's a step, right?
Mm-hmm. Because my goal this year is I'm going to be splitting between two countries, and eventually I won't have a U.S. address.
Good Google and Moogla.
Yeah. And I just want to be a world citizen.
Yeah. That's dope, man.
And I will come here on a visitor's visa.
That's dope. You'll visit America.
I know we're not going to be too much longer, but I do want to say, I want to say thank you because I think what we're doing with QEA is going to alter the perspective of other influencers who have foundations and things like that. A lot of people are letting, there's probably some board run their foundation and they have no vision for what they actually want to do, how they, distribute the things that they give away and things like that. And this is something totally different, totally out of the box. And there should be more influencers who do these same type of things with their foundation as opposed to just toy drives and, all the regular old nonsense that everybody else does.
Yeah, it's definitely super dope.
Yeah, it's super dope.
And there definitely needs to be more of it. And really, it's action. It's putting your money where your mouth is. And it's vision. Really chasing impact.
Yeah.
Right? Really chasing impact.
And I'm going to go with them.
Yeah. I'm going.
We should.
Yeah,
we should. And so I think it's going to cost us around like $200,000 to sell send these kids.
It's going to be less than that.
Yeah, somewhere around there. And so I'm going to put up a chunk of it, and then I'm going to have people watching this put up a chunk of it. EA, you can put the website and the link or the plaster website up, and you could donate directly to the school. You're gonna see my donation there. I'm gonna write a chunk to the kids, and we go. it's gonna be. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna document it.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. Well, the reason why I bring it up is because a lot of people, you're watching these podcasts or you're hearing these people talk, and a lot of people are just talking. Like what we did for Christmas, we actually went inside of the prison.
I wish I was here to help.
Inside of the jail, we had people. We had justice impacted individuals wrapping presents for their families, and even had enough pull to get them to come to the gate to give the show. Like, it was some dope stuff, but I don't have half of the type of influence and that some of these other people have, and they don't even have the vision to kind of step outside of the box and do some stuff, because it's just what everybody has a foundation. Oh, I want a foundation. Or everybody has a nonprofit. I want a nonprofit. And it's it's not really making an impact.
Yeah, you say you don't have influence, but that event created a ripple effect, right? That will touch the families, absolutely, that community, but then people beyond, the kids that will never ever forget that experience because they didn't think they would see their father on Christmas, and their father put a present in their hands
from
Christmas,
behind the
gave
wall.
him a hug, took pictures with him, the whole 9 yards.
Love, man.
Yeah. So that's a ton of influence.
My daddy gave me a bike.
Daddy gave me a bike.
Yeah. No, daddy gave me a TV.
Word.
I seen that.
Some dope.
Daddy gave me a TV.
Real dope. Appreciate everybody that helped out with that too, man. Thank you.
Nah, but this is our first pod back, man. I'm glad we're able to do some things, and I'll we'll keep expanding on some of these things, but it's gonna be a good year.
Absolutely,
it's gonna be a great year.
No matter where I'm at, we still doing the pod.
Yeah.
I don't care if we got to do it
We're about
virtually.
to be set up, so it's all good, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it happen
because it's this is gonna be dope, man. I mean,
we got goals. We got goals.
Yeah, we all got goals.
We got goals.
We all got goals.
Yeah, we got pod goals. We got pod goals.
We got pod
pod
goals.
goals.
We got pod goals.
Yeah.
Because there's an
We trying
end game
to
to the end game.
We need to get to like 10,000 subs.
Yeah,
we need to get to 10,000 subs. We need to reset that goal. We need to reset that
25
target.
25 goal.
25. Yeah, we need to reset that 25 goal. So
I think we're gonna be doing a mixture of in person and virtuals.
And virtuals.
It's gonna be the same dope content y'all gonna get.
Yeah. I think we hit the 10,000.
I think we need to
this
do
quarter.
one.
I think that should be a quarterly goal for this quarter. We should be able to get 10.
I think we had like do one and do a live in Ghana.
Yeah, we should go to. So when is the trip to Ghana? June. So we'll go to Ghana in June and we'll hook it up.
Do one in Ghana. Yeah,
I love Ghana. This will be my 4th time.
Yo, tell them what they got to do, Max.
You know what it is, man. This is our first pod back. Everybody, we getting back in the swing of things. Happy New Year to everybody. But if you're watching right now on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button. It costs you nothing, and it's a lot to us. And if you're listening in podcast world, just go in the comment section and give us a 5-star because we appreciate y'all. And I'm updating the website.
Nice.
So you're going to be able to go to endgamepodcast.com, check out some of the show notes.
We got a bunch of stuff coming, man. We got a bunch of stuff coming.
It's coming.
Best believe we're just not doing this, like a leaf in the wind. There is intention. And we're going to rattle, some people, and we're going to get these gurus that have bad intentions, off the map, period. And
gone?
Gone. They got to be gone.
You going to CoffeeZilla them?
And so I'm conflicted, man, because, I want to take them behind the curtain and be like, yo, chill, right? Because, it conflicts with, what our values are. And I want to take them behind the back and say, yo,
that's
chill.
just going to be exposed once once the playing field gets a little bit more even. It's exposed. They're going to be exposed. So they'll fall by the wayside.
You're going to be all right.
And shout out to everybody, man.
We all good, man. We appreciate y'all. This is the Endgame Podcast. My name is Max Maxwell.
Hey, I'm Rod Brown.
I'm Lynch Hunt.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.